AFK Discussions starts now. Hey guys, welcome back to another AFK Discussions. Guys, we have an incredible show. We have 13th Floor Haunted Media. We have Dennis, Maggie, and Kenny. Guys, what is up?
How's it going?
Not too much.
Nothing much.
Not much. So, if you real quick, guys, before we get into this, like, follow, share, subscribe, all that, hit the little bell icon. You know the drill. Do all that. And guys, real quick, so I've been teasing this for a while now on Instagram. We're doing an investigation at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, and we want to do a live there. But for some reason, you can't do lives anymore on Instagram unless you have 1,000 followers. Have you guys seen that? Okay, yeah. So the live is completely gone off my app for some reason. I can't even go live. But you probably have 1,000 followers, right? I would say.
No,
you don't.
Instagram to do live.
No, that's
you don't go
crazy.
on Instagram. Okay.
They must.
But
have changed
you can't go live anymore. It's very weird. So,
wow.
I'm just going to show everybody. See, it says real story post, but the live button is gone. So, and
weird.
I've been told that you have to have 1,000 subscribers now to activate that. So I'm almost to 700. So guys, if you could go follow so I can go live at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary and share all the spookiness. If not, then you'll have to go to Facebook and I'll go live over there because I have enough followers there, which is weird. I have like triple the followers on Facebook, which is odd because Facebook doesn't seem like it's as popular anymore. But anyways, guys, that's enough about me. So tell me a little bit about what you guys do.
So we own a legitimate production company. It's called 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions. There is an LLC behind it. We are paranormal investigators. We are, including Kenny, I consider him a paranormal investigator. You know, he's part of the production company. Big part, plays a big part, big role. And me and Maggie also own a haunted collection for which we are sitting in the room of this haunted collection. So, yep.
That's crazy. A haunted collection, guys. So let me turn it over to Kenny. Can you tell me a little bit about you? And then we'll get into the haunted collection because I've got to unpack something there. So,
all right. So I'm actually a manager at a steel plant, but then outside of work, I do all the editing. I do a lot of filming for them, and then I go along with investigations and, try to answer all the questions that need answered.
Awesome. Yeah, we were geeking out over camera gear here a minute ago before we went live. Not live. We're not live, but, before we started recording. But anyways, guys, so you were talking about, you have all these haunted objects and stuff. Let me tell you real quick. I don't know if you've listened to the show ever. But I had a situation where my mother-in-law brought back a voodoo whistle from Africa, and we didn't know what it was. And I found it laying on my dresser, and apparently my mother-in-law said she brought it back. And I was like, I've never seen this before in my life. She's like, yeah, I brought it a year ago. And I was like, what? Anyway, so I did some research and found out it was a voodoo whistle, and apparently witch doctors and stuff will sell these to unknowing people, Americans mainly, to bring it back. And, I don't know why they would do that. Maybe just to, get their spirits and stuff across the world. I don't know. Anyways, or to, I guess, curse someone. Anyways, I had a lot of activity in my house. I took the whistle into an undisclosed location. I buried it, salted it, and no more spooky stuff in my house. But anyways, that's my story with a haunted object.
Not doing that again.
So
huh?
what? Yeah, no. So what would you say is the most haunted object you have? Or I don't know, just like
I would say it can just vary. It just varies on item, day, time.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you we maybe have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative items in our collection.
At least.
At least.
Some of them could be borderline negative.
Yeah. I own true crime items from again to Jeffrey Dahmer to Ted Bundy to Charles Manson to Richard Ramirez to the BTK killer.
Dude,
I also have items from Bobby Mackey's.
Really?
Yep.
Dang.
I have a piece of siding from the Hinsdale house. I own Penhurst items.
I actually got a blueprint to Penhurst.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That dates what, 1900? Yeah. Got a couple of I've got an item from the Titanic. I own a real exorcism kit, and we own dolls and wheelchairs and
Bibles.
military items and Bibles, and you name it, we probably have it.
Gosh.
Kenny has stepped foot in this room. Kenny knows the energy in this room.
It's weird.
It's heavy sometimes, and sometimes you can walk. Go ahead, Kenny.
No, I was just saying that the energy, like as soon as you walk in there, it's weird. It's almost like fight or flight sometimes, but I'm pretty sure like if you live there, like you get used to it. Like I'm pretty sure Dennis walks in there like it's nothing. Me, I have something that I call, the buddy system. Like, hey, you want to come with me? I ain't going in there alone.
Yeah. Definitely, man. I'm getting creepy vibes just like knowing that you're in that room.
It's just
when you started describing everything you had.
When you walk in and then all these dolls are looking at you. It's like everywhere you look, it's like, okay, well, that one's a doll. All right, I'm going to keep the door open.
Yeah. So how did you acquire these items? Did you happen to buy them on eBay, or just if you're going thrifting and you're like, oh, that doll seems creepy? Am I getting some vibes off of it?
I've actually acquired some items off of Etsy. Some of the items I've actually acquired from a paranormal investigator in Florida that I'm good friends with. He has chapters around the United States, and they pull items out of houses.
It's a doll dealer.
That's pretty much it. And maybe some true crime websites, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
The evidence we captured is crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
When I say I own Charles Manson stuff, I mean I own a couple pieces of Charles Manson's hair.
Really?
Yep.
How did you get Charles Manson's hair? I need to know this story. That seems insane.
It's off a true crime website.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, I own pieces of Charles Manson's hair. Yep.
Now, did Charles Manson
I don't know if
when he was in prison cut his hair and send it to people for money? I mean, I just want to know how this,
possibly could have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I know
this
that
right here is a piece of
a lot of companies that auction that stuff off. It's part of a teamwork group thing where all right, well, we're going to auction all this stuff off, and then that money is going to help pay the restitution that he's owed to all these families.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And this right here is a piece of stud from John Wayne Gacy's house in Chicago.
Dude, that's that's creeping me out just looking at it, bro. I don't know. I don't like it,
Yeah.
So that reminds me of I don't know if you guys know Tony Merkel from the Confessionals. So I actually work for Merkel Media on the side. I do some editing stuff. What is that?
Yep. Charles Manson's hair is right there.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I was in the studio one time, and it was right after, I cannot remember the guy's name, came there, but Tony's like, yeah, right behind you is a rock from the Conjuring house that they brought in here. I was like, dude, why don't you tell me before I'm standing next to this object, which you're not supposed to take anything from the Conjuring house. That's a big no-no, and you just have this laying here,
Well, funny story about that. I accidentally took something from the Sallie House.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. So how do you accidentally take it? Whoops.
Okay, so in 1997, a psychic medium named Peter James went there and then did a full blessing on the house. and he put a rosary on the basement door. That rosary was actually moved to a glass cabinet. We went there to investigate. I opened up the glass cabinet, so I had to take the rosary off and put it on the table. So I put a GoPro inside that cabinet, and then I didn't like the view of it, so I took the GoPro back out. We had to leave by 7 o'clock in the morning, so we woke up early, packed everything up. When I say usually my cables are a mess, I literally just grabbed all cables and just started wrapping them up, and the rosary was wrapped up in the cables.
Oh my gosh.
So when I
dude.
got home, I was like, oh my God, they're
Yeah.
about to charge us a lot of money. But
Yeah.
haven't heard anything.
Really? So you still got it?
Dennis has it now.
Dang.
My wife didn't want it inside.
Oh,
the
okay.
house.
Yeah, it's in
I
our
mean,
collection
For good reason. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want it in my house either.
for good reason.
Gosh,
Yeah.
guys. I mean,
Yeah.
this is pretty impressive collection you got here.
It's the documentary
I'm-
that shows the guy being scratched like live on TV and everything from a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Dang. Gosh. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of your investigations. Now, I was talking to Dennis earlier, and I told him, so I usually go into this. I don't want to know what you guys do. I want to hear your stories firsthand before, because I want to, have that real reaction, not just like some fake, oh, ooh, really? That happened?
Yeah.
I really want to, because I mean, I think that, a lot of times some of the stuff is just, it doesn't seem real. And I want to be, have that firsthand interaction with you guys when I learn about it. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So, let's get into it. So I was thinking, what do you guys think is probably the most terrifying situation you've been in, like, in an investigation?
Kenny.
The Beale Manor.
Yep.
The very first time we went, it was my very first investigation. I mean, I was not taking it serious at all. Like, acting like Zach Bagans, like I'm going to take my shirt off and fist fight a ghost, You want some? Come get it. Come scratch me. Well, we're filming Maggie in the basement, and then I start telling Dennis that my back is burning. Then he's like, what? I was like, yeah, dude, my back is burning. So we stop, and then he lifts up my hoodie. So I'm wearing a hoodie and a shirt. And underneath those were 3 long scratches. And when he's lifting up my shirt, I can still feel it happening. So even in the episode, I'm like, here's my back when Dennis first lifts up my shirt, and then here it is now. And then it's really dark. And then the second that happens, a voice goes over the voice box and it says, got you, in a real deep, raspy voice. And then the second that happens, a door slams upstairs, and then you literally hear somebody running or walking upstairs. We thought somebody broke into the house. So we stopped filming and we cleared the entire house. If anybody's in here, we're going to call the cops. After that, I left. And I was so scared. I even called Dennis the next morning because I was crying. Like, after I got scratched, I was like, oh my God, like there's actually something to this. Because I'm all about the editing side, and I wanted to learn. Very skeptic, like, well, if ghosts are real, there would have been like scientific proof by now, Yeah, but then like that really made me a believer. And then ever since I've been filming with them, there's been a couple things that's happened that, like, me, Dennis, and Maggie have literally talked for like an hour at a time just trying to discuss. We always try debunking everything, and some things just can't be debunked. Like, another situation that really had me scared was we were filming at the Williams County Jail in Bryan, Ohio. I'm alone in the hallway, and then on my viewfinder on my camera, I see the stairway go dark for a second. So I go back into, like, I turn my light on, and then I walk back into the jail cell after I review it. I'm showing Dennis and Maggie, and I'm like, what the hell? Is that like a shadow running by? We thought that it was on the stairs, but turns out it wasn't. Like, when it's on a computer screen, that's when everything actually showed up. But while we're trying to debunk it, I hand my camera to Maggie, then I'm walking up the stairs, and then this little shadow person just like a foot in front of Maggie. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what is that? At the very end of the episode, that's when we explain everything. Like, while we're trying to debunk it, it happened again. So, and I know for a fact that we were the only people in there. That's something that I physically saw with my own eyes. Like, I don't want to say that I saw a person because I don't know what it was, but something in the shape of a person that was blacker than the really black hallway went from left to right. And then it happened again while we were trying to debunk it. Like, that's how serious we take this. Whenever something happens, we're always like, all right, well, you know, if a shadow is going by, it could be a car going by. The last location, we talked about it for a couple days in a row. Well, there was a bar down the road. Maybe somebody could have been walking by. But this was inside of a jail that all the windows were blocked off. I mean, it is a legit old 1800s jail. No windows. Nothing could have caused that shadow down there.
Gosh, man,
and those are
that's
the kind
insane.
of things
So
that when you're trying to sleep at night, that's all you think about. It's like, dude, what was that?
Oh yeah.
Me and Dennis will put the footage.
So you referred to it as a.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think we got a little bit of a delay. But
Yeah.
you were saying that you said a little shadow person. Now, was it actually a small figure or was it like normal size?
Well, Maggie was holding the camera, maybe like, how can I say this? Breast height. And on the camera, all you see is the head, but it's like a foot in front of the camera.
Okay.
And it is going fast. Like,
gosh, that's intense, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to, I want to have that experience, but I don't want to have that experience at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
He also had a chair move when he was in the basement when we returned to the Beale Manor. A chair moved about 1/4 of an inch. It's caught right on camera.
It was caught on 2 different cameras.
Right behind him. Yep.
Gosh. So this is currently still on your YouTube channel?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna have to go check this out. So also, can you tell me a little bit about the Beale Manor? Like, what is significant about it? Because I don't think I've heard of it.
The Beale Manor is located in Fremont, Ohio. It dates back to the 1900s. It housed, like, it was a funeral home, right? And it housed children of Lucas County there for a little while. There was disabled children down there. There are paranormal claims of disembodied voices, full apparitions, shadow figures, people being bit, scratched, but it all happened in the basement where Kenny was scratched. But the thing is what people have to realize is that kids that were disabled, they were nonverbal. So their only way of communicating was by either scratching or biting or any kind of form of touch to be able to communicate. Sometimes people mistake these locations to be demonic, and they're not. And it just rubs me the wrong way now with these new YouTubers. That's all.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So you're saying that so the spirits may not be trying to harm you, but that's just the only way they know how to communicate.
Yeah.
Which that makes a good point there. Now, what do you think about the like residual haunting aspect? Is that something you buy into, or is
I believe when we were investigating Middle Point, you can go watch this episode. Towards the end, me and Maggie were looking over some Polaroids, pictures that we took in a room that we were sitting in. It's called the dark room. And in that dark room, we were taking Polaroids. And when we were taking Polaroids, we all of a sudden heard this female blood curdling scream. I mean, it was blood curdling. And at that moment, and the history is dated back where there was a boiler explosion. So we don't know if that was residual energy of a female student or a teacher or whatnot that was screaming in that moment.
Gotcha.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah. And, and since we're touching base, we traveled, we also went to the Sallie House. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Sallie House is labeled all demonic, demons, evil, satanic, whatever, right? We traveled 768 miles to the Sallie House, and the only thing we experienced was a door moving. Nothing demonic, nothing evil, nothing satanic, nothing. They had the basement padlock shut. Yeah, it was very peaceful. We slept like babies, and we barely
Especially Kenny.
And we barely caught anything.
Really?
Seriously, nothing evil, nothing demonic, nothing demon-wise, nothing. I think that people label that place demonic is so that A, they're faking evidence, B, they're trying to use that location as something evil, which is not, or clicks in that. But that's my opinion. I've been there. That's my opinion.
And I mean, a lot of people, like the owners and stuff, they want people to pay the money to come there and experience it. So they're going to kind of, make this like fanciful stories like, oh, this is where, we saw this horned beast, this apparition, I mean, just like crazy, stuff that may or may not have ever happened, or, someone could have hallucinated it,
The entire story of the Sallie House, there is no record of it at all. It would be the only death in that township that has absolutely no record. That's why there's even a rumor that it was something that was created by the mayor to bring people to that town. Because it's not, it's a nice town, it's a small town, but I mean, the roads are absolutely horrible. You can tell that they don't have a lot of revenue to fix anything. I mean, we had a rental van, and just leaving the place, it was like, whoa. Just the roads just up and down, like old cobblestone roads.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with all the hype around Supernatural right now, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that people are trying to cash in on it,
Oh, 100%. And we're not the only ones. We were looking at the reviews on the way home, and the reviews date back to 2 years. And people were giving it negative reviews like, oh, the basement is locked shut. We didn't experience nothing evil here, and I can give you an example. On the way home, we were watching a YouTuber. I'm not going to say their name, but we were watching a YouTuber, and he literally put in that video a doll flying out of a carriage by itself and then ripped under the bed. No, dude, that did not happen. That's what I'm saying. But he was saying he was in the house alone, which is a lie. And I can debunk that, because if you go on the website, they require minimum of two people to book that location. There was somebody in the house with him faking the evidence.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, because you do not just go into a location and get that big enough evidence that he literally got access to the basement, put a was it a Virgin Mary statue on where the pentagram was, and it shattered. No, dude, it don't work like that.
And the cuts were horrible. Like when he pans right and then he pans left, all of a sudden all the chairs are stacked up on each other, but the cut is like the angle.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Yeah, it's fake.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Watch it frame by frame. The tables at like completely different height.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that's the kind of stuff that makes me mad, because like I want to know the absolute one. I'm a big nerd. I want to know why, the 5 whys. But whenever you watch like a famous YouTuber or anybody, and then the second they get inside there, oh my God, did you hear that? Oh my God, I just saw a woman walking down the hallway. It's like, no, that didn't happen. I got to see it to believe it.
So, yeah, definitely. So that's one thing that kind of bugs me about the Ghost Ventures things is, like every single episode, it's like they always catching some like crazy evidence, right? But like if you go back to the Ghost Hunters, the OG, the original show, I mean, there was times that they didn't really get any evidence, and they're like debunking stuff. Oh, these wires here, they're causing the EMF coming off of it, which are, probably, I mean, I love that they debunk stuff, and it's not always has to be, oh, there's a ghost in here. I like that aspect of that show, which, makes it more legit to me.
But if you notice, the more and more seasons that came out, they got more and more evidence.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, I'm sure. Well, I think that I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but I think that's what caused the breakup between the group. And then ultimately, I think it went away and it came back as another show. with Jason Hawes has another show, which
Yeah.
I felt more like the original, like first couple of seasons of Ghost Hunters, where they're actually more debunking and stuff.
Yeah, I know that guy Grant Wilson
remember
was
what-
on a podcast, and he said that the producers wanted them to, get more evidence. Yeah, then he says, I'm not doing that. So he walked away from like $30 million a year just because he didn't want to ruin his reputation, which more power to him. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. It is for sure. I mean, I think that's a lot of these shows are like that.
Well, especially I think these newer YouTube influencers have over 100,000. I think that's what they do. I think they have to fake evidence somehow to keep the viewer to keep watching. You can't. I'm telling you, if they went into a location without faking evidence, I guarantee you their views wouldn't be 5,600 or 10,700. They have to do it to keep their viewers up so that they make money.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what is wrong with the paranormal field.
Oh yeah,
now.
definitely.
It's just everybody they're to me they're called entertainers. That's what they are. They're not true to life paranormal investigators, because if they were, they would put a video out and saying, okay, we only caught this, and this, that was it. We apologize. It is what it is. And that's how, if I can be honest, and Kenny will back me up, if we didn't capture that door moving, we would have just put out a Sallie House video saying, this is what we didn't capture nothing. There's nothing demonic. We didn't capture no growls, no hissing, no 666, no whatever's related. We didn't. And the only, if you watch that episode, you will see we introduced it in the beginning. We sat in this room, me and Kenny did, and we filmed it, and we introduced the location and saying, this is our experience. And then at the end,
we're not trying to ruin the reputation of anybody or discredit them. This is what we experienced.
Yeah. And then at the end, we talked about how we traveled and spent $378 and captured nothing, and how the place is a cash grab and a hoax, and it's all hyped up. But that's our opinion.
Yeah.
Basically. And what's funny is, if you watch, you ever watch the Side Eye guy?
Actually, I haven't. No.
He's a debunker. He debunks Sam Kobe, Jake Ghost Hunter, all them. I actually commented on his video on one that he did on the Sallie House. YouTuber did on the Sallie House. I commented, I said, dude, Sallie House has nothing demonic, evil, or anything there. I went there. I traveled there. And it was crazy, because then all of a sudden, our subscribers started going up on our channel, because one comment and we're taking off. And it's like,
I think we gained over 100 subscribers in less than 24 hours because of that comment.
Yeah.
Really?
I just kept it real. And that's who I am. I'm going to keep it real. And when it comes to our evidence, like Kenny said, we'll spend hours on the phone and we will go over it and try to think logically of what could have caused that. And if we are not in agreement to it being paranormal, then we will not put it in there, or we will put it in there like we did with Broadwell. Yeah, thank you, Broadwell. And we'll just leave it up to the viewers, and we'll say, you guys decide.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I mean, when it if you're lying about something, right, even though you're getting viewers and it's entertainment, even though people are enjoying it, once it comes out that you lied about something, I mean, pretty much everyone's going to ditch you. Even though they enjoyed what you were doing, they're like, oh, this is fake, whatever. But I mean, honestly, like TV shows like that Mountain Monsters show, it's huge.
I love that.
But
show.
that, it's fake. I mean, it's 100% fake. But gosh, I mean, people love it.
I love it.
Yeah. I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
But I will say that if anybody is willing to attempt to debunk our evidence, I'm going to say good luck, because we already did multiple times. I send
Mhm.
Dennis clips all the time because I'm the one that goes through all of my SD cards, and then Dennis will go through his, and then he sends everything through a Google Drive, and then I go through everything again. I have sent them clips before where it's like, oh my God, we caught the holy grail, a full body apparition. But then me and Dennis
Yeah.
started talking. It went so far as us going to Google Maps and then Google Street View, zooming in on the neighbor's house of the Sallie House. And turns out the neighbor's window was lined up perfectly. So it was just the neighbor getting ready for work. It's all it was.
Gosh, that's crazy though. But I mean that's awesome that you guys do that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you go that extra step instead of like, oh, I see it. That's it.
Yep.
We're done. That's a apparition right there.
Yep.
No,
No,
you
yeah,
take the
'cause even
extra step to make sure what's real. Yeah.
the episode that released last night, like there's actually a big long disclaimer, like the following piece of footage, we are not 100% sure what it is. There was 4 of us in the building, 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs. This was on the main floor where nobody was at. But just in case, if it's not paranormal, I put in there that it could just be a weird piece of evidence or just something, I'm not saying it's paranormal,
Yeah.
but this is one of the big pieces that we captured. What do y'all guys think it is? Which it is weird because what it is that there's a shadow that goes from left to right on the back side of a wall. And I even do it frame by frame after I darken the footage. And it's it's an outline of a person, but it's moving faster than what anybody should be able to move, which is weird because I sent Dennis a TikTok video from Ghost Adventures. And it was a fan found piece of evidence where somebody was watching it, and they don't even talk about this shadow like on the episode, but in the background, there is a shadow that just goes shoof, and it's going the exact same speed. And then there's also another piece of evidence out there. Some janitors at a school, and this balloon starts following him, and then he shines his camera down the hallway, and then a shadow just flies through this gap of a door. And it's like, why do they go that fast? So the fact that ours goes the exact same speed, maybe it is a shadow person, but we don't know. So me and Dennis agreed that we're not going to call it paranormal. We're just going to call it weird.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable saying it's a ghost.
Oh yeah. Because there is like things with lighting it can be tricky. Like say if a person's moving and then the light's moving, like say a car or something, it would make the shadow go faster than what it appears, just because the light source and the subject are moving at the same time. I mean, there's just little things like that could trick your eyes and stuff. So
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point. And I'll give you an example. I was watching one of the YouTube influencers earlier. He had one of the Boo Bears on the bed in the Vista Axe murder house. This dude's walking around, bouncing around the room, and it fell off the bed, and he's all flipping out. Poltergeist activity. Didn't even debunk it. Nothing. He just ran with the narrative. And I commented, I call BS. You're running with the narrative. You did not debunk it. You didn't put the bear back on the bed. You didn't bounce around to prove that was even poltergeist activity. You just spun around, the bear fell off the bed, and you're just running with it, saying it's poltergeist activity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got it. No, you're running with the narrative because it hypes you up. That's why.
And I mean, it's another thing because, a lot of these places, they're older structures, and thus, things move and things creak. Like my house that I live in was built in the 50s, and you can stomp and, the floor will shake. I mean, the same thing there. I mean, if it's an older structure and, maybe he stomps a little bit too hard, it's just enough to make that bear falls over because maybe it wasn't balanced correctly on the bed. Because you know how beds are. I mean, it's not going to sit on there, straight up and down. It's liable to tip over,
Exactly. Any kind of movement. And he was bouncing around. So it could have made the bed, jiggle or, move and just tipped that bear just right, and it fell her out the bed. He didn't even try to debunk it. He just ran with the narrative and started screaming, "Oh my God, poltergeist activity." Yeah. And I'm like, no, dude. No, you did that to run with the narrative. That would be like Kenny said earlier, when he saw the shadow in the window of the Sallie house. We could have played that whole thing and ran with the narrative and like, oh my God, we caught an apparition or a shadow. No, we didn't. We took it down to Google Maps. We made sure we looked at the windows. We made sure they lined up. We made sure. We're not going to run with the narrative.
Didn't even put it in the episode.
Yep.
Even though
put it in
it
the
looked
episode.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, but being in the field,
your
credibility is everything. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, in the moment and stuff, though, it's easy to get excited about things, but I mean, there are things that happen that, I mean, just can't be explained. Like I was at there's a place called Elkmont. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a ghost town in the Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
So, and it's highly active. It is one crazy place. So we were there, me and it used to be my co-host Exploring with Phil.
Okay.
He's from Boston. He used to be real big on the Huckamuck Swamp area in the Bridgewater Triangle. But he got an attachment and he just literally gave it all up, deleted his channel. I mean, it was that bad. So he and I were up there and we went into one of the cabins, and it doesn't translate really on the video, but we went in the cabin, and these cabins are very old. Some of them don't have windows. This one didn't have window panes in them, but when you went inside, it was so quiet that I could hear my own heart beating. That's how silent it was. Wow. And then when we came back out of the cabin, it was like, everything just opened back up. That is the weirdest experience I've ever had. And I can't explain it. And there's no way to debunk it on video because you can't tell that it's just a personal experience that happened to both of us. It's like something just clogged our ears. I don't know how to explain it, Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah. I wish that emotion was able to be transferred onto footage. At the Middle Point School, when that scream happened, if you would have saw the look of fear on Dennis and Maggie's face, I don't want to say fear, more like extreme confusion. Like when they yelled, like, what the fuck was that? Part of my language. But yeah, like when he was yelling for me, like on the radio, like he was banging on the desk, get over here now, get over here. And me and my son go walking over there like, dude, like, what's up? Did you not hear that? I'm like, what? And then he played it for us, and I'm like, oh my God, when did that happen? Now? Yeah, but luckily that scream was captured on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cameras upstairs and downstairs of the school. That's how loud it was.
So you didn't hear it though, but the cameras heard it?
So yeah, the cameras heard it. They heard it.
Yeah, but you didn't. You heard it. No. Dennis heard it, right? And,
yep. They were in the older. They were in the older part of the school. Me and my son were in the newer part of the school, and there's 6 feet of concrete that separates those walls because it was added onto it.
Dang, that's crazy. I mean, that's that's one of the things is you need to have cameras and stuff rolling and
at all times.
More active parts. Yeah, because I mean, if you're not in there, that could be when it's most active, Yeah.
I got another perfect example real quick. Okay. When me and Dennis were in the basement of the Beale Manor, we were just walking around, but I always have a camera on me recording. Me and Dennis are checking out the basement, and in between me and him, it literally sounded like a little boy yelling, but it sounded like it was far away, but up close at the same time. And then when we went upstairs to the very highest point of the house, which is the attic, there was a female's voice that said, stay, don't go. And me and him heard it with our ears. And then like when we played it back, it's like, oh my God. And I'm still learning about all this. So yeah, that was a very enlightening experience that if you ever get a chance to go to Fremont, Ohio, I highly recommend you go to that place.
Yeah. I mean, if I can, I would definitely like to go up there and check it out.
On the glass over here. Sorry, we're hearing some behind us. We don't know if it was like one of the items. We heard like tapping on the glass behind us because we have Helen, which is in a glass case with a cross in front of it. We also have an 1800 top hat, and we also have an exorcist Bible and a glass table. So we just like start hearing like glass tapping, like or something sliding on the glass.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I was really weird. So
if you hear it again, say, you know,
Oh,
make
that-
it some sort of a
What's
stop,
that?
shh, you know, so we can listen for it.
Yeah.
well, it happened as Kenny was talking. So I heard it and I turned to her. I'm like, did you hear that? Because sometimes,
Of course, I mean, we always kind of hear something
Yeah.
in there,
I mean,
Yeah.
I could tell you,
especially when we're doing
I had-
these interviews.
I had my oldest son in here. He's 13 now. He stayed in this room alone in the dark for 30 minutes, alone. And you could hear like tapping on glass in
Yeah.
here
Mhm.
and just noises all around. And it was crazy. But he stayed the whole 30 minutes, whole 30. And
Dang.
yeah. And Kenny said he was braver than him.
So I have a 13-year-old, and he won't watch Stranger Things because he gets scared.
Oh,
he wouldn't
yeah.
stay there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you real quick about the audio recordings. So now, do you guys use like some sort of
No, we
audio
don't use
recorder and
DRs.
play it back, or do you do like just audio from your cameras? I didn't know if you real time play it back and listen to it, you know, like in the middle of an investigation or anything like that.
Oh, like a
we've
burst
used-
session.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've used audio recorders, but like my Canon camera, it actually has its own audio software, so it actually
Yeah.
shows the audio in layers. Like it'll actually show like this was recorded on the left microphone of the camera, right microphone.
Yeah.
Then I can actually separate the middle layer to like clear everything up. But it's super sensitive, and these lavalier mics, these wireless mics, I mean the audio, it
Mhm.
picks up everything, and it's super
Yeah.
clear.
That's cool.
Me and
Yeah.
Dennis did just use the audio recorder, a regular old school audio recorder at a cemetery. I think it was last weekend, and that picked up a voice that was pretty clear, saying "Hey,"
That's cool.
and that we actually
Um,
played back
I
real
did-
time.
Okay. So I know there's some theories about, you know, like magnetic tape recorders actually does a better job at picking up, you know, disembodied voices than digital. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know.
Yeah, this one was a digital.
Yeah,
one.
we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't use DR60s. We
Okay.
I have a what do I have? Like a Olympia
Mhm.
recorder. I have like three of them actually.
I don't know what this is. I have one of these. I haven't used it yet. These guys right here, these little guys.
I heard those are good.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Is that the
definitely,
dual
I'm
microphone on
anxious
top?
to try it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to try that. I'm just like, I'm going on eBay and stuff and trying to get cheap equipment for my ghost hunting. Like the only thing I bought full price is I bought a spirit box. And have you guys used spirit boxes?
Oh yeah. We
Okay,
use that a
yeah.
lot.
So I used to be such a skeptic about spirit boxes until I actually got one. And, you know, I would catch something there's no way that would be coming through on like a radio station or anything like that. Like I was at there's a state park. It's for bird watching, and there's a couple of old houses. And the funny thing about this area is they won't let you in there after dark. It's like it says we'll be prosecuted if you're in the park after dark, which is a red flag to me. The stuff is going on there. So anyways, I took my kids there, and I took my spare box and my GoPro, and we were just, you know, goofing off, doing like some day ghost hunting. So we were there, and I was asking, because, you know, in this area, there's a lot of like Sasquatch and like Dogman and stuff in the Smoky Mountains areas, and portals and stuff that, you know, depending on which camp you're in, if it's, you know, Bigfoot's a spiritual creature or a flesh and blood, you know, a lot of people think they come through portals and all this stuff. Anyways, so I was asking all these questions with a spirit box, right? And I had a little girl voice say monsters, just like, and it was very sing-songy, like monsters, like that. And it was like, that's weird, right? So, but that's the only thing I had. Yeah. Okay.
So at the attic of the Beale Manor, we actually had a woman come through saying, "Who farted?" And I didn't even say anything. I was crop dusting the entire time.
I'm right there. I feel you. I've been there. Yeah. My wife is always like, I was like, I
We
don't know. That guy just walked by.
we actually did we capture the whistling of a tune? Was it on the audio of our camera, or was it through the spirit box at the old county jail?
That was through the spirit box, I believe, because the audio
Yeah,
wave, it
Yeah.
looked like
literally
it was far away.
whole tune whistled in the holding cells
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
at
think
the
the
county jail.
audio file
Whole
is like
tune.
7 to 8 seconds long. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
And it
Just
definitely, like, the tune definitely was familiar, but I couldn't pick it out because I didn't hear enough of it.
Mm.
but it was clear.
Mm-hmm.
It was clear. Y'all have to go watch that. Swear, promise. It blew us both away just listening to it. It was freaking clear.
Dang, I'm definitely going to have to.
Didn't we like
check
hear
it out.
that like real time too though?
No,
No, we didn't.
we did not
Okay.
hear in real time.
Alright.
Nope. Because Kenny contacted me. He was like, "Dude, we just caught a whistling, humming sound in the holding cell of the county jail," and he sent me the footage, and I was
Yeah.
listening, and then I was like, "Oh crap!" Like,
Right after that was when Kenny caught the shadows and
yep.
all the shadow stuff happened. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all
So
very interesting.
I'm going to stop you real quick. I just want to make sure. Did either one of you just take a really deep breath? No one did. Because I heard I think it was on Dennis and Maggie's mic. I just heard this like
Definitely.
that.
I thought that was
No.
feedback. I heard that. I thought maybe
Yeah.
it was just feedback
No.
from somebody.
I thought it sounded like someone breathing on a mic or something, or just like that.
I may go back and look.
Yeah.
Just to make
Because
sure.
I'm like, if so, there's some weird stuff going on in your room. The tapping.
It don't
Because
surprise me.
I've been
Right.
listening. I'm like waiting for something to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be
mean,
surprised.
I was doing an interview.
We've had it happen
Yeah.
similar.
I was doing an interview one time, and I was talking about how, the paranormal works. It's like fishing. You're gonna have hits and whatnot, and literally you could hear a female come across. No joke, real time come across and goes, "Mm-hmm." Literally was agreeing with me 100%. And I was talking to the person at that time, and I paused for a second. We heard, "Mm-hmm." And I said, "Did you not just hear that? Did you not just hear that female?" I was like, "Do you have like a female in the background?" And he was like, "Nope." Played it back. Can you hear it? It was like, "Mm-hmm." Like agreed with me. I was like, "Oh." So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you capture stuff in the audio. Like I'm not.
Yeah, we've had it happen several times.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, I will definitely be listening close when I edit this together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we do interviews in this room for podcasts, because we want people like you, to capture evidence through the interview.
Did you hear that?
What was it?
I thought I heard something just now.
What? You gotta describe it.
Like I don't know, kind of like almost like a drum sort of sound.
I didn't hear it.
I don't know.
That was weird. Maybe he'll play it back.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Maybe
I didn't hear
it.
it either. So, that's weird. I will definitely.
Right.
Who knows? We could be like catching all kinds of stuff right now.
Yeah. I mean, you could be capturing EVPs right now. They're not registering until you play it back,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Now, I did hear when we first started, but I just now when you said you had teenagers, I put two and two together, because I did hear sound like some heavy footsteps, and then I figured that was his kid. I have three kids, so
Yeah.
that's them.
Yeah, it's hardwood floors too, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're investigating our collection live on TikTok and YouTube, we usually tell the people who are watching, if you hear footsteps, it's not paranormal. We have children, they do walk, and they're above us. So
yeah,
if you hear
definitely.
footsteps, do not come across and say, "Oh, it's paranormal," because it's not.
No. He's watching the World Series, so he gets kind of excited too. So
Yeah. My kids are probably playing Fortnite or something right now. So, awesome. So, is there one place that probably you like to investigate more than any other? Like that you've had like a lot of activity, or a place you go back to frequently? Is there one of those? Like, I don't know.
I would have to say, I mean, I would go back to the Beale Manor, but in the future, I would go back to the old county jail again, because that place was really freaking sweet, and the evidence we captured. And maybe I would go back to Middle Point again just to figure out if we could maybe look into what that scream was that we
Yeah.
captured.
For
That's cool.
me, I would go back to the Broadwell Funeral Home. That way we can actually try debunking that shadow, because we didn't know about that. I had CCTV cameras set up so that we can get all the floors at the same time. And we didn't
Mhm.
know that we captured that until I was actually reviewing all the footage. And I was like, whoa, what the hell is that? I
Yeah.
would have rather
Yeah.
gone through it there. That way, all of our ideas that we had, well, there's a street light outside. I wanted to have somebody like run outside real fast to see if like the different angles of the windows made it look like they were going fast. If we can try debunking that, I'd be able to sleep better because I still think about it.
And
Yeah.
even so, to do that, we'd have to go back in
Long
mid-October.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In mid-October.
I would do it though.
Well, that's awesome. So if things go well with this investigation I'm going on, I have an idea. I haven't like talked to anybody about it. It's just something I've been thinking about. The more and more people I meet through doing this podcast, I think it'd be awesome to kind of have, kind of everyone come together, because you can have up to 12 people do an investigation for the, overnight. And I think that'd be really cool to, everyone go off on to, in their own groups throughout, because there's no way you can cover it all in that amount of time. And then at the end, everyone come together and do like a big round table about what was experienced. I think that would be a
sick.
really fun thing
That
to
would
do.
be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
When is
there's
this happening?
there's the we are doing this in 2 weeks, so this is November 14th. But I'm saying like probably maybe spring or summer, or maybe even next fall, maybe even doing it around Halloween time would be really cool. But just doing something like that, getting a few groups together, that would be interested to do it. Cause I mean, it's a huge place. There's like multiple buildings, and, it's, I don't know if you know about, the penitentiary, but it was called the Alcatraz of the East.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like a very notorious prison. And it was also James Earl Ray was in prison there, and some other like really high profile criminals. But yeah, so it's a big deal. And it's kind of weird. So the people that own it now, they opened it up for, tours and stuff, and, for not overnight investigations, but it's also a brewery, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. It's a brewery, and they have like a dinner venue there. And they also have like a music venue. So there's like concerts and stuff that happen. Yeah. Which is really cool. I mean, and they can preserve the history of everything. And also do you know about, it's like,
it's an upside down cross.
Upside down cross. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all just crazy.
Yep. Built in an upside down cross, which is kind of funny, but yeah.
Yeah. But I have high hopes that this is going to be everything that it's supposed to be, I've known some people that have been there, and they said it doesn't disappoint. Like they get a lot of activity, which is one of the places. It's sad though that they won't let you in anymore, is the auditorium, because they were having too many people get scratched and get pushed down and stuff in there. So they actually closed it off. Yeah.
I don't know why, if that's part of the evidence.
That's part of,
yeah. Allow people in there. It's just like the Sallie House closing down the basement, So yeah. I hate to see how much it is to investigate that place.
It's not bad. So for 12 people, it's about $150 a person. So
okay. So it's close to about $1,000 then. Yeah. OSR is like 3,200. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And also there's a bunch of other places in this area that are very notorious. Like there's the Harriman Hospital. I think it's Old Harriman Hospital. It's been featured on a few programs, and that, I mean, it's all in relatively within an hour's drive from Brushy Mountain.
Okay.
And then there's the one that's very notorious. It's a little bit further out, but it's the South Pittsburgh Hospital, and it's about maybe hour and a half, 2 hours from here. So yeah.
Heard about
it's
that.
All,
for sure.
Yep. Yeah. There's some locations around my list that we want to go to too. Kenny too. I mean, we're going to eventually hit them. Takes time, takes
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
but we'll get to them.
Yeah. I mean, the Smoky Mountains area, I mean, it's a magical place.
Mhm.
It really is. I mean, there's so much weird stuff that happens here. From Native American folklore to like they're called granny witches. I don't know if you've heard of that. Like there's like I want to say hillbillies or something, like the mountain folk
Okay.
that are use like this weird form of witchcraft. And it's a like I said, it's a weird place up here.
Yeah.
So, or down here, I should say.
We've been to Tennessee. We were in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took my oldest son to the Titanic Museum.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually reached out to him to see if we could investigate it while we were down there, and they wanted like $2,000. I was like, nope.
Yeah, they want a lot of money for that. But it
like-
is literally supposed to be very active there. I've heard some stories about it.
I
Yeah.
can believe it.
Yeah, And then I asked the Alcatraz Museum almost across the street. I was like, hey, can I investigate your museum for a night? No, some of the stuff we have around loaned from the police. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
What's
gonna
that got to do
steal
with me
it. I mean,
investigating your museum? Like,
I know. That's crazy.
so, but anyway,
Also the what is it? Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. It's got some pretty crazy artifacts too. So
Yeah, because didn't Zach do an episode there?
no, it was the one in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the one in California.
All right.
It wasn't the one in Tennessee. But I did hear they got some crazy artifacts there.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been there, but they probably have better stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wanna investigate like the Trans-Allegheny.
Oh yeah.
I want to take Kenny actually to Waverly Hills. I've been there twice. I want to take him to Gettysburg. We've been there once. I want to go to the Shanley Hotel in New York.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Stanley Hotel. I want to go to the Vista Axe Murder House. And there's some locations I've told Kenny that these YouTubers label as demonic. I
Mhm.
want to investigate and debunk that
Yeah.
as being demonic. Because I think that's what's going to start the movement in the field is someone like us going in there and coming out with whatever evidence and sitting there saying, nope, this is not demonic. This is overhyped,
Yeah, for sure.
So, before we even went to the Sallie House, I was like, okay, and I had the expectation that we were going to go in there and get activity.
Well, we
Like,
also
no-
went in there with the expectation we'd have access to the basement to begin with. So there's that.
But we walked out with nothing. And after watching all the YouTube videos of the other people going and stuff, and we were like, what the heck? Like, but some people were like, oh, maybe you just had a bad day. No, it's overhyped. You don't get like Twin Paranormal going there and automatically they got freaking activity.
Yeah.
Automatically. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
And new generation don't understand that. They don't understand that they have to fake stuff to be able to get the viewers, to still be intrigued.
Yeah.
And Kenny will back me up with that.
I do. That's one of my guilty pleasures, though. I love Twin Paranormal.
Sorry, but
no worries.
it's true.
I mean, I know. But I mean, I don't know. I just find them very entertaining. So.
Oh, they're entertainers. That's what they
Yeah.
are. They're not paranormal investigators. They're
Yeah.
entertainers, and they need to put a warrant label or
Clarify.
clarify or a disclaimer saying entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, those guys. I mean, it's everything is everywhere they go, something happens.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that.
no, it don't. And Kenny found that out. I mean, I will say when we went to the Beale Manor, we captured evidence. We
Both
went
times.
both times. When we went to the county jail, we captured evidence. When we went to Middle Point, if it wasn't for that scream, Kenny will tell you, we probably wouldn't have hardly had any evidence. Ain't that right, Kenny?
Yeah, which I'm actually glad that happened though, because like I already expected getting into this field that there will be times that we're going to go places where nothing's going to happen. But it
Yeah.
shows the realism though. Maggie sent me a meme recently where it says like what my friends think I do while ghost hunting, and then it shows a bunch of pictures of like them doing stuff, but then it says what I'm really doing. Then it's a lady sleeping on the couch, you know? Like
Yeah, yeah,
there's times where like you have to
Trying
sit
to
there
stay
and be
warm.
quiet, and it's really hard to stay awake.
yeah. Which I mean, the shows. I think that. What is the name of that? I cannot think of the name of the show. They had a show and then they switched over to YouTube.
Oh, Project Fear.
Project Fear, yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's why they don't have a show anymore, because sometimes they were just not getting evidence and they would go to sleep, you know. And I think that maybe they didn't want to do the whole like scripted aspect, so they kind of started doing it on by themselves, which I don't, because I don't know much about them except for what I see on their videos. I don't know if you know any more behind the scenes stuff, but I know that the one guy, I cannot think of his name, but he was a cameraman for Zach Baggins and those
Dakota.
guys before.
Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he left them because something happened. I don't know if he's found out that they were kind of quote unquote faking stuff. I don't know. I mean,
But
maybe
I'm
they're not
pretty
faking
sure
stuff,
with
but maybe
non-disclosure agreements, we'll never find out.
yeah, true. But I mean, like the Project Fear guys. I mean, they just seem a little more legit than
They
other
are.
people. So
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Project Fear is a little more legit.
yeah,
But there's some things I do question with them. I mean, it's nothing against them, but I do question. Like the TV turning on in the Sallie House. The camera's on the TV, but yet you don't see who's behind the TV, who's behind the camera has the controller.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You
there
know.
were 3 TV remotes that went to that TV that were just sitting there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
and
they
and
need
the
to have
other thing-
the camera on the remotes and the TV at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the other thing too is Dakota worked alongside Zach, so Zach taught him a thing or two.
Yeah,
But is some of their is some of the evidence they capture real? Yes, I do agree. Yes, but again, their popularity is because they run Destination Fear on Travel Channel.
yeah,
But once Warner Brothers bought Discovery, that's when every paranormal show got axed except for Zach's, and that was Ghost Brothers and Kindred Spirits and Project or Destination Fear and all those. But some people just have to realize that with Project Fear, if they're in a location they're not capturing anything, Dakota knows how to spin it to make it look like it is, but that's how he learned from Zach. He ain't gonna say that and come out and say that, but that's how he learned from Zach.
yeah.
Now some of the stuff I believe that they film is true as the UFO stuff. You can't fake that.
Yeah,
That stuff's legit.
yeah. That's
You
why
know.
I like watching the Skinwalker Ranch show.
no, I
Because,
love
yeah.
that
there's,
show.
there's just so much weird stuff that goes on there.
There's a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. So, but I'm not knocking them or nothing. I'm just being real.
yeah.
I'm just being 100% real.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I hate saying bad stuff about people because I mean, even though if someone's on here faking stuff, I would still like to talk to them, and get their perspective on things. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to burn any bridges saying someone, oh, they're faking it,
They'll the thing is when someone points out evidence that's being faked, they get upset right quick because
Oh yeah.
they know that they're faking. They're guilty. They know. Oh, how do you know we're faking? It's easy. When you have a camera panned left and then you pan it right, you're doing something over here or something's going on over here, and then you react to it when you pan the camera right. Come on. It's scripted. It's basically scripted. You're
Tricking.
yeah, you're basically telling everyone to watch what the left hand's doing, but you don't know what the right's doing until the right does the magic trick,
Yeah, definitely.
It's just that's all it
The
is.
magic trick.
But but when you watch ours, we break it down. We like
I mean, we have so many, like Kenny said it the other night, we have like so many cameras rolling that we get a lot of different angles and
yeah. And like there's a YouTube short on our channel where we capture one of the shadows where he breaks it down. He breaks it down frame by frame by frame, and you could see, because I took the image the footage of the shadow. I did a regular raw footage where it pops out, pops back in, but then I took Kenny's footage where he breaks it down and sends it to me. You can see frame by frame how it pops out and the whole room just gets black as black, and then it goes right back in. It was literally 3 feet away from his face, and
it just leans out,
Yeah.
leans back in.
Yup. And you can see the outline of the shadow still in the freaking frame.
Yeah, that's one of the most terrifying things to me, you know, just whenever they just peek out and go back in, you know.
But you ask one of those famous YouTubers to show you their raw evidence.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
They don't have any.
They don't have any. They're not going to show you. And I actually, no joke, I've actually gotten to a TikTok live debate with Jake and Noah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I haven't showed nobody that.
Yeah.
But I still haven't. I still got to do something with it. But I actually got into a live debate with them. They acted like a bunch of kids. Seriously.
Yeah.
It was funny. But, you know, I did. I was like, and they're like, why are you jumping? Why y'all over us for? Why are you jumping on a 18-year-old and a 20-year-old? Because you guys are faking evidence.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't have nothing personal against them. Never did. Don't hate them, but I'm going to call you out on your evidence.
Yeah,
and that's my problem. You're using demon as a clickbait thing, and I'm going to call you out on it because no, stop.
Yeah.
I will say
the
best thing for somebody to do in this field, that if they physically see something happen on camera, at least try to debunk it. Show the people that you're not just, oh my God, like, dude, like, that's your shadow. You're wearing a cowboy hat. The shadow had a damn cowboy hat on. Obviously, it's your shadow. It's a demon.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it wasn't. It was your shadow. You're looking at a mirror. It's
It was a cowboy demon. That's
you
funny.
know,
the demon with a cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
But this is the reality of the field now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But a little bit of truth.
That's why, I mean, I think
way.
it's, oh, yeah, definitely. That's why, like, sometimes I think it's better if you did just, like, put out just raw footage and let people watch it, and then they tell you what they see instead of you trying to put anything in their mind, you know?
Yeah.
We've actually done that with one of our shorts, a couple of shorts, and even in our episode, we had a ball move on its own and roll down the stairs. Like, it shows us walking over the ball, and then we take a break. We're actually watching, I think it was Destination Fear or Project Fear downstairs at the Beale Manor. And then a ball rolls down the stairs by itself. And I actually, in the episode, I show the raw footage where it shows us walking over. You hear the fast forward noise because literally 45 minutes goes by, and then it starts going regular motion again, like regular playing. And then the ball goes down the stairs. I wanted people to see that, no, this is legit. All of us were downstairs. We wasn't even filming. We're taking like a lunch break. Like, we're eating snacks, watching YouTube on a tablet. Yeah. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That's why, like what you said, the raw footage is best to put that out there. That way they don't see that someone's creeping up the stairs, grabbing the ball and rolling it down. No, nobody was down there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how can you say that it's not real? Unless, I mean, the only thing they could say is, oh, they had a string like taped to the bottom of it and they pulled it, you know, or something like that. But that's the only way.
No, all of us were in the kitchen.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate, you know.
Yeah. That episode where we returned to the Beale Manor, that's our highest viewed episode. No joke. 14,000 views.
Dang.
And nobody called us out on faking evidence. Not even the comments. Nothing.
And if anybody does, I have no problem. Give me your email address. I will send you the entire file, and here's what time it happened. I have no problem with that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, any debunkers out there, bring it on.
Yeah.
We've already done it.
Hey, yeah. So, real quick before we get off here, because we've been going for about an hour now, and I like to keep it around an hour. Just, but I'm definitely want to have you guys on and do a part 2, because I think there's I think we just hit the tip of the iceberg, because I think we talked more about faking it than, anything else. And I want to hear more about what you guys do and more of your investigations. But I mean, this was such a great, fun conversation. I really enjoyed it. So if you could just tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, X, not Twitter. I keep forgetting that. Instagram and TikTok. You can find us at 13th Floor Haunted Media. And YouTube, you can find us at 13th Floor Haunted Media. We post reels of our evidence. We post our episodes on YouTube. We
do lives on
lives on TikTok and YouTube of our collection
when we got time.
When we have time, we're not busy with personal life and kids and stuff. But yeah, that's where you can find us. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. So Kenny, do you have a place where they can find you, or just also go to the 13th floor?
13th Floor Haunted Media.
Awesome. I know some people have their own channels too, so I didn't know. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming on, and I really look forward to doing this again. And hopefully you guys can come down to Tennessee and we can do like some sort of investigation. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, and remember to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.